This was just the latest briefing to the Council on the horrors that continue to befall the Palestinian people in Gaza, hearing that widespread suffering persists, including death, destruction and mass displacement of civilians. The Palestinian envoy expressing his exasperation with the Council's ineffectiveness in stopping the carnage.
Occupying power has the obligation to protect that population and provide for it. Not only is it failing to do so, not only is it attacking the population instead of protecting it, it is also attacking those who are responding to the needs of this population, given Israel's failure to uphold its own obligations in this regard. It is not listening to any one of you. You keep repeating yourself. We had dozens of meetings. I heard the word must maybe 100 times in this session. Must to have ceasefire. Must to have humanitarian assistance. Must to do all the things, a long list. And one country is not listening to you. And you are refusing collectively to use the tools available to you to implement its resolutions.
Particular to Council Resolution 2735 that endorsed a ceasefire plan put forward by the United States and adopted in June. A three-phased plan that would see an Israeli hostage for Palestinian prisoner swap that would end with the reconstruction of Gaza, a plan that has to date come to naught.
If the people watching us, especially in Palestine and in the Middle East, they heard this record so many times before. Who is stopping you from imposing and forcing your resolution to be implemented, to have a ceasefire? There's one standing in your way. And you are refusing to use the tools. You keep calling for, appealing for, must do this, must do that, and the one is not listening.
Israel's ambassador responded by questioning why his Palestinian counterpart had failed to condemn the brutal actions of Hamas or mention the hostages who remained in captivity, leading to an interruption and then an intervention from the Council President.
Mr. Mansour, not from Hamas. We had no expectations from Hamas, but from you and from the Palestinian Authority.
Est-ce que je peux répéter?
Could I repeat what I said at the beginning of the meeting, please, that the Security Council is a place of respect, and I call upon all speakers to respect appropriate standards in terms of time, choice of words and content in their remarks. And we don't interrupt each other. Thank you. I ask you to continue.
And I'm disappointed not from the Hamas. We have no expectations from Hamas. We know they are savages. But the Palestinian Authority, you are the moderate, the educated, and you are not capable after a year to say we condemn the atrocities of October 7th, we condemn Hamas, and it makes us wonder about the future, about ideas, but you are not able to say that. Neither President Abbas in the General Assembly, not one word. And Israelis are watching us, you mentioned the Palestinians, but also Israelis are watching us, and they're asking themselves, is there a difference between Hamas and the Palestinian Authority? When 70% of Palestinians in Judea and Samaria support the atrocities of October 7th? And I think that, yes, we want to see a day when there will be peace. But for that to happen, you have to make a distinction between evil and good, and you don't do that.
Argue that Hamas could no longer remain in control of Gaza.
Some of you in this chamber support Israel's firm position that Hamas cannot remain in the ruling regime in Gaza. Others remain in the middle, indifferent. And tragically, some even offer their support to Hamas and its murderous objectives. However, if any of the Council members want these discussions to be productive, to reap any sort of benefit, every conversation should center around the simple truth. The future of Gaza must be a future without Hamas.
Danon called on the Council for collective action to root out what he referred to as terrorists in order to bring about a future of peace and security for all. adding that Israel would not wait in defending its people, land and future. Sherwin Brycebees, SABC News, New York.